Why are women so irresistibly attracted to toxic men? It's a question that has puzzled many for years. Is it the thrill of the chase, the allure of the forbidden, or something more complex? Our human attraction mechanisms are mysterious and often counterintuitive, leading us towards individuals who may not be the best for us. Today, we're peeling back the layers of this enigma, exploring a fascinating aspect of human behavior. Intrigued? Stay tuned as we delve into the 5 toxic traits that women seem to find so captivating. First on our list, passing the so-called shit test. This is a concept where women test men's resilience and emotional strength. They do it to see if you're really who you claim to be, to see if you can maintain your cool when the pressure is on. It's like a litmus test of emotional fortitude. Now, you might be wondering, why is this considered a toxic trait? Well, it's because it's seen as a form of manipulation. A game of emotional chess, if you will. However, let's flip the script here. This trait can also be seen as attractive. You see, it's not about playing games or being manipulative. It's about demonstrating that you're not easily swayed, that you're not a pushover. It's about showing that you can stand your ground, even in the face of criticism or adversity. It's about proving that you can handle the heat, that you won't crumble under pressure. And here's the kicker. This resilience, this emotional strength, it's alluring. It's a sign of a man who knows his worth, who won't be manipulated or controlled. It's a sign of a man who commands respect, who won't back down from a challenge. So, a toxic man passes her test, showing he won't be easily swayed or manipulated. Second on our list, the toxic man's ability to stand up for himself. This trait might seem simple, but it carries a significant weight. It's all about self-respect and assertiveness, qualities that can often be misconstrued as toxic. Imagine a man who doesn't allow himself to be pushed around, who voices out his opinions, who has the courage to disagree, and who is not afraid to draw boundaries. This man is showing a high level of self-respect. He values himself enough not to let others walk over him. However, in a world where conformity is often the norm, this assertiveness can be perceived as aggressive, confrontational, or yes, toxic. But why do women find this trait appealing? It's simple. A man who can stand up for himself shows strength. He shows that he can protect not just himself, but also those he cares about. This resilience provides a sense of security. It's a primal attraction deeply rooted in our evolutionary history. However, it's essential to remember there's a fine line between assertiveness and aggression. Respectfully standing up for oneself is different from being unnecessarily confrontational. It's about maintaining dignity without compromising the respect for others. So does this mean you should become confrontational and aggressive? Absolutely not. It's about finding a balance, standing your ground, but doing so with respect and consideration for others. A toxic man shows he is not a pushover, a trait that can be dangerously attractive. Thirdly, toxic men have a strong sense of self-respect. Now this is where things get a bit complex. You see, there's a delicate balance between self-respect and arrogance. Tip too far to one side and you're the guy everyone avoids at parties, but tip too far to the other and you risk becoming a doormat. Striking the right balance is key. So what does self-respect look like in a toxic man? It's a deep-rooted confidence in his worth and abilities. He knows his value and refuses to let it be diminished by anyone. He's aware of his strengths, his weaknesses, and he's comfortable with both. This man understands that respect is earned, not given, and he's not afraid to demand it when it's due. But why do women find this trait attractive, especially when it's seen as toxic? Well, it's quite simple. A man who respects himself sets high standards for himself and the people around him. He's not willing to settle for less, and that level of self-assuredness can be incredibly enticing. It's a signal of strength and independence, qualities that are often seen as highly attractive. Yet, it's important to remember that there's a fine line between self-respect and arrogance. An arrogant man believes he's superior to others, while a man with self-respect knows he's equal. He doesn't put others down to elevate himself, instead he lifts others up to his level. It's also worth noting that a man who respects himself is more likely to respect others. He understands the value of treating people with kindness and consideration, and this extends to his relationships with women. He won't allow himself to be disrespected, and he won't disrespect others in turn. So it seems paradoxical, doesn't it? This toxic trait of self-respect can actually lead to healthier, more balanced relationships. But remember, it's all about the balance. Too much of a good thing can easily become a bad thing. In the eyes of a toxic man, no one is above him, not even the woman he is with. But remember, this doesn't mean he believes he's superior. It simply means he won't allow his value to be undermined. Fourthly, toxic men always put their own needs and wants first. It's an intriguing concept, isn't it, to prioritize oneself over everything and everyone else. It may sound selfish, and to a certain extent it is, but it's also about self-preservation, a fundamental instinct that all humans possess. Now let's delve into the depths of this trait and its potential toxic implications. When a man puts his needs and wants first, he's essentially saying, I matter more than anything else. His desires, his ambitions, his dreams, they all take precedence. It's not about being considerate or empathetic, it's about ensuring he has what he needs to survive and thrive. So why would this trait be attractive to women? Well, it's a complex mixture of primal instincts and societal influence. On a primal level, a man who puts his needs first is seen as a survivor, someone who can navigate the harsh realities of life. This can be incredibly appealing as it suggests strength and resilience, qualities that are often desirable in a partner. On a societal level, a man who prioritizes his needs is often seen as ambitious and driven. He's not afraid to put himself first to achieve his goals. This can be seen as a sign of confidence and determination, traits that are often associated with success. However, it's important to note that this trait can easily cross the line into toxic territory. When self-preservation becomes self-absorption, that's when the problems start. A man who only thinks about his needs, who disregards the feelings and needs of others, can become manipulative and controlling. This is not attractive, it's harmful. So, while a man who prioritizes his needs can be appealing, it's crucial to remember that balance is key. A healthy relationship requires consideration and respect for both parties' needs and wants. Without this, the relationship can quickly become toxic. A toxic man is his own priority, and this self-centeredness can be a strange allure. But remember, allure doesn't always mean healthy or right. It's crucial to recognize the difference between attraction and toxicity. Finally, toxic men choose to live a life free of scarcity. The concept of abundance mentality is a fascinating one. It's all about living life to the fullest, not settling for less, and embracing the belief that there's always more where that came from. Whether it's opportunities, relationships, or experiences, the world is a veritable cornucopia of plenty. But here's the twist. This mentality can sometimes come off as toxic. You might ask why? Well, it's because this mindset can lead to an overbearing sense of entitlement. It can make a man appear as if he's not appreciative, as if he's always looking for the next best thing, never content with what he already has. It's like he's caught in a perpetual chase, a never-ending quest for more. But here's the paradox. Women find this trait attractive, and it's not because they're attracted to toxic behaviors. Rather, it's because this abundance mentality exudes confidence. It signals a man who is self-assured, someone who knows his worth and won't settle for less. It's a man who is not afraid of loss because he knows another opportunity is just around the corner. So it's not about being ungrateful or constantly dissatisfied. It's about having the confidence to know that you deserve the best and won't settle for anything less. And that's why women might find it attractive. A toxic man never settles for less, which can be a powerful attraction for women. So, we've explored the 5 toxic traits that women find irresistible. First, the ability to pass her tests without faltering, showing resilience and self-assuredness. Second, standing up for yourself, demonstrating that you're no pushover and can defend your ground. Third, respecting yourself enough to know when to walk away if someone disrespects you. Fourth, putting your own needs and wants first because you can't pour from an empty cup. And finally, choosing to live an abundant life free of scarcity, which exudes confidence and a sense of security. These traits may appear toxic to some, but they also reveal a certain level of strength and self-respect that can be quite appealing. It's a paradox, isn't it? Attraction is a complex beast full of contradictions and surprises. But remember, attraction is complex, and what one person finds irresistible, another might find repulsive. So, are these traits truly toxic or just misunderstood? You decide.